How do we start this?
Back to my channel.
Hi guys. I'm so jet lagged. I feel like I don't have a personality.
I don't know how I drove my car here.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a video like this in so long, but as you can see, today we are joined by many a guest. Jess couldn't make it, sadly, because she is not well.
Cancelled her.
And also because we've fallen out with her and she died of a broken heart. Basically, we have got some of your dilemmas and your questions. Maria's looking at spoilers.
She needs to be prepared, Virgo.
Yeah.
I hate not being prepared.
Well, tough.
I'm not revised.
Yeah, all just sent through via Instagram, and I thought that we would come in as your little girl gang and give you some advice.
Some really good, solid advice.
I can't comment on the quality of advice, that there will be advice.
I can comment on the quality.
Yeah, what's your comment?
A1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We all have degrees.
A1.
We have
quality.
degrees in it, actually.
Yeah.
In giving advice, yes.
Do we?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. What's your best piece of life advice, Abi Nunn?
Everything is made out of paper mache. Like, if you scratch hard enough on the top of the surface, everything is paper mache.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
What about you, since you've got your degree?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Break up with him.
Yeah, that's the advice.
That's my advice. To every situation, just break up with him.
Chloe?
Just bore him.
What's your life advice? Best life advice?
It's never that deep.
Yeah. That's actually quite a good
That
one.
is a good one. That is a good one.
What's yours?
I don't know, really.
Who's your video?
I don't know. Anyway, dilemma number one. Somebody, a girlie here, has a friend who is always in competition with everyone around them.
Don't we all?
Someone else has been to 11 a reef.
It's not healthy as a friendship, I don't think. I think everyone has their books of life.
Yeah.
And if you're on page 45 and they're on page 137,
It's true.
it's not fair to compete.
And that
against-
means they're closer to death.
Well, not necessarily. If they're further in the book, they're closer to death, but you don't know how big the book is. The book might be Twilight Breaking Dawn, which was a humongous book.
It was a good book
Or it
though.
could
Yeah.
be The Tortoise and the Hare.
Yeah. It's a child's book.
I don't know. That's hard because I think you have to work out whether that's who they are to their core or whether they're having a rough time at the minute.
Yeah. You have to be like,
And maybe
so how do you
also,
feel about that?
if they are speaking in a manner that you feel is representative of this situation, you should maybe say, that's a bit weird from you, and then let them have their weird moment.
Yeah, call them out on it.
And then they'll probably come back and say,
Sorry about
actually,
that.
no, you are right, I was being a big weirdo.
Yeah, I think you need to assess whether it is a chronic problem or a situational problem.
Yeah.
Speak to them if you feel like you can. If you feel like it's something that they'll come out the other side of, then see it through and be there for them because they're probably not having much fun.
Yeah.
But if it is a constant problem and it's toxic for you and it's something that's pulling you down, then it might be time to reevaluate the friendship.
And also maybe that just means you're slaying a bit too hard.
Yeah,
Maybe it does.
The comparison is just killing them.
A lot of the time we're up for the same jobs.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And sometimes one person gets it and the other people don't, or a couple of people get it and the rest of us don't. You just have to trust that what's
for you will never pass you.
exactly.
It's
And
true.
if
I'm glad
Yeah.
I was giving
there
advice.
you go. And if they can't see that, then that's
That's a them
That's
issue.
it.
a them issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next. Advice for being more confident. Okay, should we go around in a little circle and say where everybody got their confidence from?
Oh, so actually, I got a job, and then it changed my confidence. It made me, because I was in a shop, just the basic level, I just come in, and it was my first job. I was speaking to way more people, and it made me so much more confident.
Makes you realise that you're like capable, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it was scary at first, obviously. Like at first, oh my god, they tried to get me to sell stuff at the front of the shop, and I was
That's my worst
I was
nightmare.
terrified. By the end, I was so good at it. I was flogging number 7 serums like no one's business.
Good.
Thank you, Boots the Chemist. Love you.
Love you.
I would have to agree with Maria, you know, because I was also very shy as a teen. So when I got my first job in customer facing role in retail, it pushes you out there, so you can't be a little shy. Oh, do you want a bag? You have to be.
Do you want a bag?
Exactly.
Do you want one bag?
Do you want this bag?
Yeah.
Do you have a Boots card?
Other than that, it's pretty much a case of fake it till you make it. You need to believe
absolutely.
it until you can achieve.
Yeah.
And
I
you
did
just
all
gotta get on with it and live yourself as if you're confident, and then you'll trick your brain into feeling like you can do it.
That's true.
Yeah, I did a lot of that to begin with my Instagram and stuff. To be fair, that's probably not very relevant to the person that's asking, I don't know. But like when I was young, I was a very timid little silly girly that just didn't really enjoy conversation or public speaking or anything like that. And then I went and got a job at Tesco, and you're forced to speak to the people that you work with. You're forced to speak to the general public, and then you just kind of get used to it. And I think you then come into yourself and you have your own little personality and your little moments. And yeah, I think Instagram though has helped me quite a bit, and like doing YouTube and stuff like that. Again, that's probably not quite relevant, but I think that helps as well.
It's stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's like, I would say that one of the things that's made me the most confident was when I moving. And at first it made me less confident because I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, but now I'm like, yeah, I could do whatever.
Yeah.
When you realise that you are your own person and that you don't need to rely on anybody else through whatever medium that is, whether that's because you got a new job and you can see the progress of getting better at that job and getting more confident, or whether that's because you've put yourself out there and joined a new club, or like when I joined a like drama group, it probably had the same effect as well on my confidence, because I used to be really shy when I was younger. But I think it's just putting yourself into new situations and pushing it.
You have to force yourself, don't you?
Here we have a fun one. Girlies, help. I'm accidentally dating 2 men who I both like a lot.
Oh no.
I can't even get one.
I literally can't imagine this, because my brain, as soon as I am like, oh, this person, it's just that person. Like, I can't balance both. It doesn't work.
My brain capacity could simply not.
I would argue, if it was me, that if you're dating them both and you like them both the same amount, it's because you don't like either of them enough.
I don't think you can, like, I can't imagine liking 2 people at the same time. I would always just think that you've got to like one more than the other.
Do you like them, or do you just enjoy dating and enjoy you? Like how you perform on dates?
But actually also, dating. So she might not actually, she's not saying that she's in a relationship with 2 people. She might not be doing anything wrong. She might just be...
Oh no, I don't think she's doing anything wrong.
Seeing 2 people, like going on a date this week and then going on a date next week. Which is absolutely fine. You just don't know how to make the decision. I don't know how to tell you how to make that. You've just got to see... Or maybe, if you want kids, say to one of them, do you want kids? And one of them might say no, and it's eliminated.
Or just make them fight to the death.
A duel.
A duel.
With batons.
Maybe.
I don't know.
What would you do in this situation?
Actually, I have been in this situation before.
Have you?
She's actually put this in.
I was in primary school. But there was 2 boys that I liked, and both of them liked me at the same time. But obviously they didn't, and one found out, and then I was the bad person, because it was like, you can't date both of us.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing
sorry,
that.
I'm 7.
Sorry, I don't have a fully functional brain yet.
One thing that I will say, and this is just like my general advice for anything, but I think it applies here also, is look into the future and then backwards engineer. So like, imagine have either of them displayed any red flags? What would that look like in a year? Or like, have either of them displayed any big green flags? What would that look like in a year? And then pick from that which one you would prefer and work your way backwards.
There's got to be...
Or just take neither of them.
Or, this is the thing, I do think though that if you think you like them both the same amount, it's because you don't like either of them enough.
Imagine liking 2.
Because also, but imagine if you found out that a boy that you were dating was saying this about you and someone else. So on the flip side, I do think that means you don't like either of them enough if you can't choose. But otherwise, gut instinct.
I think if you know that you like them, you know that you like them, and you wouldn't be interested in the other one. So maybe bin them both off and start again.
Go with it for as long as you feel comfortable. See if your gut instinct tells you to go with one or the other, but if not, I think it's probably because you don't like either of them.
Next one.
Okay. This is a long one.
Oh, God.
Been with my boyfriend 6 years. Think I want things to be more serious, but he doesn't put in much effort. Would his priorities change if we had kids, etc.? I'm worried.
Girly.
Is that the whole?
That's the whole thing.
So she's been with somebody 6 years who isn't putting in the effort and thinks that kids is going to fix it.
Kids are never
No,
an answer to
seems
something like that.
It seems like she's going, we've been together 6 years, now I'm ready for something a bit more serious, like having kids or going on to the next stage, and he's not putting the effort in. So you need to have a little sit down and be like, right, well, this is my 5-year plan. What does yours look like?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't align. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Because also, even if he says he does want kids and you want kids, you have to take their actions over their words.
Yeah.
If he's not putting in the effort now, you have no evidence that suggests that he would do that if you had children.
After 6 years, you feel he's not putting in effort.
Yeah. Like with me and Guy have like not really regular check-ins, but like we'll have like a little bi-monthly check-in of, so we're still going to do this and this and this. Yeah. And like for years we've been like, well, this is what we want to do. We want to have kids at some point and da 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 da. There's like a little plan. You have your little plan that you're going on, and if one of you aren't on that page, then it's just not going to work.
And also, maybe she needs to say to him, you're not making the effort, and that's concerning her in the future.
The thing is as well, like, the plan is a good base, but at the same time, if they're saying one thing and doing another, then you need to listen to that too, because if they're saying, oh, I will put in more effort with you, but then they don't, and then they're saying, I will put in more effort if we had kids. If they've got the history there that they haven't put in the effort before, the chances of them suddenly finding that within themselves is slim.
It's a big commitment to lay a lot of pressure on as well, and doesn't seem like a good decision.
Yeah.
I think a chat needs to be had before anything like that happens.
Yeah.
A serious little chat of, right, where's this going then?
Yeah, you need to see positive change.
Yeah, true.
Like in action.
A conversation needs to be had, a little chat.
And then you need to see change.
A vibe assessment.
Yeah. A vibe assessment. They will then maybe fix the vibes. And if they've fixed the vibes, then fine. But if they don't fix the vibes, then another vibe assessment.
But also be careful of temporary vibe fixes.
And then just flails again.
Yeah, because sometimes people think that they can do it temporarily just to kind of stop you breaking up with them, and then they don't actually make any long-term change.
6 years is a long time, to be fair.
And
6
also,
years is a long time.
Has he been serious the entire 6 years, or like are you just noticing this now, or
that's the question?
Or like has he been serious and he's just having a little blip, and he's going through something, or like you're going through something, or whatever, and it's normally fine, or has it been like that for a little while?
Yeah, good question. Well,
sorry, that is then just giving you some doubt. I'm very sorry, but that is a.
But there is someone that will not give you the doubt out there. I'd like to think.
That's true. That's true.
The thing is, it'll be easier at 6 years than it will at 7.
Yeah.
And
or at 9.
It doesn't get easier.
It's a lot of time that you've obviously taken out of your life, but
in the grand scheme of things,
you can't keep going
years. What compared to
6 years is one thing, but then what if it was 16?
Yeah.
Like cut your losses now. In 10 years, you'll be well over it. Probably have kids with someone better.
Yeah.
Or he's fantastic and you have children and it's fine.
Yeah.
There's two different
You need to figure out what you want to do.
I feel like we've gone broke up with him.
No, that is normally the advice.
That is normally the
I do think if you're having that big doubts,
if you're asking the question, you know the answer.
If you're asking the question, you know the answer a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right, this one is, I feel like I'm not qualified to answer this.
Oh, no.
How to be confident when it comes to dating / sex after body change.
Body change.
Body change.
Conversation again, communication. I think it's one of those things. Yeah, no. If you're about to be intimate with someone, or
she's the only person qualified to speak on this.
Yeah.
I'll sit back.
And bear in mind that only one person has seen me in an intimate setting, and that's this guy, and that was when I was 16, 8 years ago. That this happened, and never again. But like, you just have to communicate your thoughts.
Yeah.
And they can then give you a little bit of like a. What's the word?
Reassurance.
That's the word. Reassurance. And then I think the confidence comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it hasn't happened before, of course you're going to be like, what the fuck?
But also, fake it till you make it would be my advice. Like, my very unqualified advice. But like, they don't know how you feel, and they probably don't care about the things that you're self-conscious
Boys
about.
are
Oh,
stupid,
absolutely.
and they will enjoy it no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
they
don't
might
think
be just as insecure as what
Yeah,
you
that's
are.
true.
They're probably too busy worrying about their own insecurities to think about
I'm
yours.
just
Yeah.
rereading the question as well. Like, say for example, they said dating as well. So let's say you're on a dating app and you've put pictures of yourself on the dating app. Like, they are interested.
Also, actually, a big tip for this is making sure that the photos that you are using,
Are
if you're using
accurate.
on a dating app, are accurate. Because I think that there's a big amount of confidence that comes from knowing that they know what they're walking into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, being honest on the dating app as well. Like, if you don't drink, say you don't drink.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
makes life
no
easier.
point putting either of you in a situation which is not going to make you comfortable from the offset, whatever that is, whether it's body stuff,
Yeah.
whether it's drinking habits, whether it's just
You're
like
religious.
preferences of what you like doing, religion, whatever it is. If there's anything that is going to be like a big deal breaker for you,
You need to put that out there.
Yeah.
put that out there, because there's no point dealing with people who are going to shut you down off the basis of those things when
No,
you've got so many fantastic things to offer
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
because there's going to be someone that likes you for you
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
make you forget about all of them things.
Yeah.
So,
Also, dating,
keep trying.
find out what clothes make you feel the most confident too.
Yeah.
Find out what colours make you feel confident, what like necklines, what shapes, and just make sure that you feel like
100%.
you
Yeah.
feel good in yourself, and that will shine through
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Before you endeavour into dating, etc., think about what will help you first.
Yeah.
Feel
Absolutely.
better.
Yeah.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Slay.
Right. Oh, just broke up with my fiance.
Ooh.
A mutual decision as we keep arguing, but we both still want to be together. That's really hard. I think that really depends on what the arguments are about.
Yeah, it's like, is it who wins the football, or is it do we want kids or not?
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
different.
Or even, the thing is, I think a lot of this often comes down to like communication stuff. So
Yeah, again.
a lot of the time, there can be two people who are both not horrible people, but what they need from each other is not compatible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can do, like, it can be the same in friendships sometimes too. Like, when you have to part ways with someone, it doesn't always have to be because they're a terrible person or you're a terrible person. Some people just aren't compatible with each other.
Especially if you say it's a mutual decision, like, that is far better
Yeah.
than it being not mutual. Like, if you've managed to come to that decision together and you saying we still want to be together, that might just be an initial like obviously you still want to be together because you were just with the person.
Yeah.
But if you've come to a mutual decision that you don't want to be engaged anymore, I think eventually you'll realise that was for the best.
I think have a little bit of a break. Try no contact for a bit. I know that's going to be really hard. See how you get on. I think it will make your decision clear to you. Either you will go, I actually can't handle not being with this person and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it work.
Yeah.
Maybe looking to go into therapy.
Yeah.
Or being really, really open about your problems and trying to like squash them before they come to fruition. Or it's going to make you go, no, you know what? Those arguments will always exist and we're just not compatible in that way. But I think the only way to get that clarity is to step away
Yeah.
and see it for yourself, not for both of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And
Yeah.
it's another communication thing as well.
Yeah.
I think, like you touched on, it's like one of those things where it's like, right, are we ever going to agree on this? Is there going? What's the conclusion?
Yeah.
The severity
What's
of
the
the
end
argument.
goal? Like you said, is it just we just argue about little tiny things and it mounts up, and you're just then not compatible in that way, or it could be something a bit more severe that's like, oh, someone's suddenly gone, I don't want kids actually,
Yeah.
or I don't want this, or whatever else.
And also, if it is the little arguments, look beyond the little argument for why it makes you or them react that way.
Yeah.
Because it's never because they didn't make the bed. It's because you feel like them not making the bed is because they can't be bothered to make an effort to make your life easier or your life nicer.
Deeper.
It's deeper than that.
If you're getting pissed off because he's not cooking or something,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
actually, is him not cooking, or is it him being lazy and not bothered to put in any effort to help you out when you've had a hard day or something?
That you cook for him sometimes, but his priorities aren't the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's finding the deeper problem and then working out whether that's something that you can both live with / work on.
Yeah.
If not, the other side, don't be afraid to be on your own, because
True.
it's not, you haven't failed by breaking up an engagement.
No.
It's not the end of the world. Life's still going to go on. And
How many chapters?
Exactly. Going back to the book.
And it's like we said earlier as well, if you break it off now, in a couple of years' time, you'll be used to it. If you went through with the wedding, in a couple of years' time, you might be in a really unhappy marriage and on the brink of divorce.
Yeah.
It's looking forward and seeing what way you think it's most likely to pan out.
Yeah.
And obviously sometimes things don't go to plan, but I think you can listen to your head and not your heart.
Yeah.
And try and make a smart decision for future you.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 We're dishing out the advice today.
Oh my god.
Alright.
This is the last question.
Oh.
Feel like I'm being ghosted by my friendship group, or maybe I'm gaslighting myself. I do this. Convince and I know you do also, convince myself that everybody hates me.
I thought you were going to say, I ghost my friends.
I don't ghost my friends, but I do convince myself that everybody hates me often. Less now than I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think it comes with like confidence and security, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Like when you say ghosted, like are you said like, so I have a friend, she just won't reply to my text, but like I know that she likes me.
I do that sometimes.
Like I'm seeing her on Saturday, but I haven't spoken to her about it, but I know I'm seeing her on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like she just doesn't reply to me.
It's
I've known her
hard
since
to-
I was 11, but equally like if you didn't reply to me for like
She'd be knocking on my house.
2 weeks, I'd turn up and
She'd
and
like scale the
One
walls.
time Amy fell asleep for like an hour and I thought she was dead, so I did panic a bit.
So they might be dead.
But like, so this is my thing. If it's a friend who like you've known since like you were a kid and sometimes they don't reply to you, like that just might be them.
Yeah.
So like it depends, because if you text them and they don't reply and it's completely out of the norm, then you need to say,
what are you doing then?
Have a chat.
why haven't you replied to me?
Yeah.
And then, but if you're texting them and sometimes they reply, sometimes they don't, they might just be shit with their phone. So I think it depends on
Yeah.
your personal situation, but don't think that you're gaslighting yourself, because like there probably is like something.
I know that like well, this is completely different because they're lads, but like Guy and his mates have booked to go away together, and like some of them are just really bad at replying and messages and things like that, and Guy,
Really bad,
because
true.
he's constantly on WhatsApp, he's constantly replying back to one person and the others are just kind of like,
Oh, if it's about to trip that
so
over
frustrating.
so much.
Yeah. I think that you need to have a chat, because I don't think there's anyone in the world that I would be annoyed with if they came to me and said, why are you ignoring my messages? In some cases the answer is
but then
because I'm
are
busy.
all of them busy? Like how many of them
Or,
are
but sometimes
ghosting?
it's because I do this thing, and I will hold my hands up and say it, that when people upset me but I don't want to have the argument because I don't want to upset them, I will just ghost them sometimes. If they ask me why, I'd tell them, but
Yeah.
I'm not about to come out with that information because I don't want to like ruin their day.
Yeah.
And I know that's not a good habit to have, but I definitely do it.
Yeah.
And so, not often, but sometimes, it's just easier for me to go, okay, well, they'll get over it eventually, than to have the confrontation, which is actually quite unlike me. I'm quite confrontational normally, but it's when I actually really care about the person and I don't want to upset them.
Yeah, I think you've got to ask, like, I had it before, that I had someone just ghost me, and I went,
What's going on?
well,
We
this
did
is
then.
weird.
Yeah.
You've got to go, what's happening here, actually?
And based on their reaction, you can then work
Yeah.
out whether it's something that they're prepared to work through,
Yeah.
or whether it's a genuine accident. Like, it might be an accident, they might have a lot going on.
Literally my cousin, when I got to Ireland, when I messaged you to say that you were coming and you didn't reply, and I was like, no you didn't, I'm so good at replying.
Yeah.
Like, am I not the best
Yeah.
person at replying?
Yeah. Yeah.
He messaged me on Facebook Messenger. I was
Oh.
like, why did you message me on Facebook Messenger? And I went, you didn't reply, you didn't text me, you didn't. And I opened it and he had. And like, and I was like,
no.
oh my god, I'm so sorry.
But what are you
like,
messaging on Messenger for?
Yeah.
So Snapchat. We
literally, what are you doing?
Well, I
used
wouldn't
to
be
talk to him on
receiving it if
Snapchat.
it was Snapchat.
No, he was the only person I had Snapchat for years, but I
Yeah.
deleted it, so he had to message me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't just text me, but you know
Yeah.
what? Men.
I think it
Yeah.
depends on the
Yeah.
friendship. Also, remember, some friendships are like, they come to an end naturally, and if you're not good for each other anymore, then that doesn't devalue what it was at one point.
Yeah,
Like,
the
there's
main
so
thing is have a
many,
chat.
Have a
there's
chat.
so many like friendships that I would have from school that just fizzle out because
Yeah.
you're like surrounded by these people every day for
Yeah.
years, and at the end of it you're like, I don't actually get on with them very well.
Yeah.
And you're older as well, so naturally I think sometimes you know who your people are and you know who aren't, so you just drift anyway.
Yeah. I think you've just got to ask. Like, I've been in the situation.
It's tough.
You just have to say,
Cut your losses.
sorry, why haven't you replied to me? This is weird.
Yeah.
And then they are forced to say, well, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I think the conversation is key there. But also, if they go, no, I haven't done that.
That's like,
If they tell you it's all in your head to too much of an extent,
Then
without
yes.
trying to work with you and figure out what they can do to help, then maybe you need to have a think about that.
Yeah, then they're maybe a big weirdo.
Because to a certain extent, if it is all in your head, but they're happy to go, okay, well, we'll just make sure that, sorry, I'm definitely replying, and you know, we'll whatever, like put things in place to help make you feel better, then fine. But if they go, no, that's all in your head and it's not my problem, then that does sound like a them issue.
Yeah. Not a you. Don't you worry about it, pal.
Anyway, in conclusion, communication.
Is key.
That's literally been the answer to most of those.
Communication and follow your gut instinct. Instinct. I think
My
that's the
gut
two things.
sticks.
Okay, bye.
Okay, anyway, thanks for watching.
Love you lots,
Hope
bye.
you have, love you, bye.
My toenail.
Stop playing with your fucking toenails.
To agree with Maria, you know.
Oh, Maria.
Maria.